everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving into a crucial topic for anyone preparing for the TOEFL IBT. Educational Testing Service, or ETS, is implementing some pretty significant changes to the test, set to begin in January 2026. We have Dr. Nanhee Byrnes, TOEFL expert, here. Welcome, Dr. Byrnes.
It's great to be here. For anyone planning to take the TOEFL, understanding these updates is vital. My TOEFL courses for reading, listening, speaking, and writing are designed to cover everything you need to score 100 plus. I don't leave anything to chance, and all my strategies are thoroughly prepared. My courses are self-study, affordable, and I continuously update them in line with ETS's changes. So when you enroll, you're prepared for both the current format and the upcoming 2026 test with free upgrades. It's truly one of the best investments in your career path, and I'm always available to answer any TOEFL-related questions. I'm eager to help you achieve your goal.
That's fantastic to hear. So let's get into the specifics. What are the key changes that truly matter for exam preparation?
Well, some updates, like the new dual scoring system, the addition of a 1 to 6 banded score alongside the traditional 0 to 120 scale, won't significantly alter your study approach. That's more for score interpretation. What we really need to focus on are the modifications that directly impact how you should prepare.
And the biggest change seems to be adaptive testing for the reading and listening sections. Can you explain how that will work?
Absolutely. This is a major transformation. Both reading and listening will shift to a multi-stage adaptive design. Essentially, the test will adjust the difficulty of questions in real time based on your performance. If you answer early questions correctly, you'll get harder questions later, and vice versa. This makes the test experience more personalized and potentially more efficient. These sections will likely begin with an initial calibration stage with uniformly difficult questions for everyone. Your performance there will determine the difficulty of the second stage.
That's a big shift. Why do you think ETS is moving towards an adaptive system?
While ETS doesn't explicitly state their reasons, we can infer the rationale from observed TOEFL score distributions. Over a decade of analyzing TOEFL data, I've consistently seen that to reach the 50th percentile, you typically needed a raw score of about 25 in reading and listening, compared to approximately 22 in speaking and writing. This suggests that previously, it might have been relatively easier to boost reading and listening scores with focused study, in contrast to the speaking and writing sections. From ETS's perspective, if a score of 25 out of 30 puts you at the 50th percentile, it implies the current linear format might not be efficient enough in precisely differentiating between truly excellent A+ and very good A- students. High scores could sometimes be achieved more easily, perhaps even by chance. The new adaptive test, I believe, aims to address this by making the percentile distribution more precise, potentially bringing the relative percentile value of a raw score more in line with sections like speaking and writing, which already show clearer differentiation.
So, what does this new adaptive format mean for how students should prepare?
It means your preparation strategy for reading and listening becomes even more critical. My experience with the GRE, which has used an adaptive system for decades, illustrates this perfectly. I scored in the 98th percentile in GRE Verbal because I performed exceptionally well on the initial questions. I still remember the very first question, which asked for the meaning of hirsute, a word I knew from diligently studying their past exam questions. For TOEFL, this translates directly. You must answer the first few questions correctly, especially during that calibration stage, to distinguish yourself. A strong performance at the outset will pave your path to higher difficulty questions, and consequently, a higher potential score that more accurately reflects your precise proficiency. This reinforces the need for comprehensive preparation across all content areas to confidently tackle these foundational questions. Rigorously studying all past exam questions is key, as this is where ETS will likely establish its standards.
Beyond the adaptive format, are there content changes for each section as well?
Yes, there are several new changes. Let's hear about them from Dr. Byrnes' assistant, Mr. Chad. Mr. Chad, the floor is yours.
Content changes for each section. The content of each section has also changed. Let's review ETS's announcements and try to make some inferences for your preparation. Reading section. Instead of the current 2 long passages, each composed of 5 to 6 paragraphs, the new format will include both the traditional longer passages and shorter ones. The shorter passages are most likely to appear during the calibration stage. These shorter passages might be just a single paragraph from an old passage or come from sources like newspapers, magazines, and websites. The good news is that the question types remain the same, meaning your preparation for question strategies will largely remain unchanged. Listening section. The listening section currently comprises 3 lectures and 2 conversations. ETS states that, beginning in 2026, the listening section will include peer-to-peer conversations, focusing on scenarios such as group work. It is not yet specified how this new format will be integrated into the existing structure. It's possible that one of the 2 current conversation formats, professor-student or student-campus staff, might be replaced. Speaking section. The speaking section will now include a virtual interview question. This is not designed to be a dynamic back-and-forth conversation where you are asked follow-up questions based on your specific previous response. Instead, it is anticipated to be a series of short, predetermined questions that all revolve around a single overarching topic, similar to the 5-question interview currently included in the TOEFL Essentials test. For example, if the single topic is hobbies and leisure activities, you might be presented with a rapid-fire sequence of questions like these. Question 1. What do you enjoy doing in your free time? You speak for 15 to 30 seconds. Question 2. Why is this activity important to you? You speak for 15 to 30 seconds. Question 3. How often do you engage in this hobby? You speak for 15 to 30 seconds. Question 4. Have your leisure activities changed over time, and if how? You speak for 15 to 30 seconds. Question 5. What new hobby would you like to try in the future? You speak for 15 to 30 seconds. Currently, the speaking section has 4 questions. 1 independent speaking task where you speak for 45 seconds, answering a specific topic with a thesis and support, and 3 integrated tasks, summarizing a student conversation on campus life, explaining a concept with illustration from a lecture, and summarizing lecture material logically. The independent speaking task, Task 1, is functionally similar to the virtual interview, as both ask for your personal ideas and opinions. ETS has not yet stated whether the interview questions would replace Task 1 or be added as an additional task. Writing section. The writing section will also include an email writing task. Currently, the section features an integrated essay, which assesses your summary skills, and an academic discussion task requiring argumentation skills. ETS states that the academic discussion task will be retained. It is not yet stated whether the integrated writing task will be replaced by the email writing task or added as a third task. Conclusion. While these changes are significant, the overall skills required to score 100+ remain fundamentally the same: comprehensive English proficiency. We will have more concrete information as we get closer to the implementation of these changes. Sign up for Dr. Byrnes' TOEFL courses now to study for the current test as well as for the 26th test, as you will receive free upgrades for the courses to reflect the latest ETS changes.